Red fox. Red foxes are not always red, though the fur of this species usually has a reddish cast. Some individuals, known as silver foxes, are black with silver guard hairs. Others, cross foxes, are red or brown with dark areas on the underparts extending up along the shoulders and back. Such color variation caused by genetic differences can occur even among pups in the same litter. Red foxes are born in spring and weaned when 1 month or old or more. Active throughout the year, they are best observed in early morning and late afternoon. These notorious chicken thieves are actually quite opportunistic in diet, although they prey mainly on small mammals and birds. They also eat insects, carrion, and fruits. Kit fox, the smallest fox in North America, has exceptionally large ears, which are believed to enhance its ability to detect rodents and other prey moving across the open land. Like the red fox, this species mates in winter and often uses burrows excavated by other mammals as maternity dens. Vixens, females, produce one litter a year, usually of 4 or 5 pups. Although kit foxes may move about near their dens during the day, these dainty animals are basically nighttime hunters. Poisoned bait intended for other predators has caused their numbers to decline. Gray fox. Foxes belong to the dog family Canidae, and canids are noticeably deficient in tree climbing ability, but the gray fox is unusual. It climbs trees readily by grasping the trunk with its front legs and pushing itself up with its hind feet. Like other foxes, this grizzled animal uses ground burrows for escape holes and birthing sites. Gray foxes den in hollow logs, tree trunks, and rock. Coyote. The coyote's nocturnal serenades, a chorus of howls, barks, and wails, epitomize the American West. But coyotes have drastically extended their range and now commonly occur throughout the United States. They adapt well to the presence of man, even to the extent of raiding garbage cans, and have moved into areas extensively cleared for farming. Frequently condemned as livestock killers, they are primarily predators on rodents, rabbits, and other small animals. Occasionally, several adults cooperate in hunting large prey such as deer. Coyotes belong to the dog family. They resemble German shepherds and have been known to mate with domestic dogs. Gray wolf. Maligned through the ages as a vicious predator, the wolf might better be admired for its complex social organization. The wolf pack, usually numbering 4 to 7 individuals, is a society of parents, young, and close relatives that follows a rigid hierarchy. The leader or alpha male appears to control the pack's activities and is often the only male to breed. Usually is paired with the dominant female. Wolves have a wide repertoire of social behavior, communicating by posture, voice, and scent. They cooperate in feeding, protecting, and training the pups. They are mainly big game hunters, preying on deer and other large mammals, but will also attack smaller mammals and birds. The gray or timber wolf is native to both North America and Eurasia. The rapidly disappearing red wolf is strictly a resident of the southeastern states. Grizzly bear. Lacking natural enemies, this giant does not always conceal itself when disturbed, but rears up on its hind legs to get a better view of the situation. Like its even larger relative, the Kodiak bear, it can run as fast as a horse for short distances. Although sometimes capable of killing moose and caribou, it generally feeds on smaller animals, such as rodents and fish, and on plant material. It is dangerous to man only when surprised, cornered, wounded, or with cubs. Black Bear. Omnivorous in diet, black bears feed on animals, ranging in size from insects to large mammals, as well as on plant material carrying garbage. In autumn, these bears gain weight and retreat into dens under fallen trees and caves, or in other protected areas. There they sleep for several months, living off stored fat. Black bears are not true hibernators. Their body temperature does not drop drastically, and occasionally they wake up and wander away from their dens. Cubs are born about the end of January, while the sows, females, are still in their dens. Bears produce exceptionally small offspring relative to adult size. A black bear weighs about half a pound at birth, but a mature sow averages 300 pounds. Polar bear. With powerful shoulders, webbed paws, streamlined bodies, and thick, oily fur, polar bears are strong swimmers. But they are not agile enough to catch swimming seals. They either stalk basking individuals or wait for a seal to surface at its breathing hole in the ice. More carnivorous than other bears, polar bears spend much of the year on and around ice floes. In late summer, however, they come ashore and forage for smaller animals, plants, and garbage. Pregnant females winter and give birth in dens excavated in the snow. Other individuals may den for shorter periods of time. Churchill, Manitoba is a prime area for seeing these massive creatures, which rival the great Alaskan bears in size. Mountain lion, puma, cougar, panther, painter, catamount, mountain lion all are names of the same secretive creature, believed to be the most widely distributed carnivore in the New World. Usually solitary and nocturnal, the mountain lion hunts deer and other mammals by stalking and rushing, or by pouncing from trees and overhanging rocks. Like other large cats, it often kills by biting the neck of its prey. Neck bites of a gentler sort also occur during mating. Although breeding may occur at any time of year, most births take place in summer. The spotted kittens nurse for 5 or 6 weeks, grow unspotted coats at about 6 months, and remain with the mother for as long as 2 years. This is one of the few cat species which the adult's fur has no spots or stripes. Lynx. This shy, elusive animal is an agile climber, swims well, and travels with ease among fallen timbers and moss-covered boulders. In winter, its broad, well-furred feet act as snowshoes, allowing swift movement in deep snow. Lynx populations undergo ups and downs that closely follow those of its chief prey animal, the varying or snowshoe hare. When hares are abundant about every 10 years, the cats produce large litters and their population increases. Eventually, the hare population crashes and a decline occurs in the number of lynx. A similar relationship exists between owl and rodent populations, but the cycle recurs at shorter intervals. Bobcat. The bobcat is doing relatively well in the modern world. The commonest wild feline in North America, it occurs in a variety of habitats, adapts well to the presence of man, and is increasing in number in some areas, all in sharp contrast to the lynx, a close relative with which it is often confused. Both lynx and bobcats are essentially solitary animals with individual hunting ranges that vary in size according to the availability of prey. When prey is abundant, the cats stay within a smaller area. Though rabbits and hares are the bobcat's usual food, it will eat almost any mammal, reptile, or bird, and has even been known to capture bats roosting in caves. Wow. Caves, hollow logs, and rocky ledges are used as denning sites by pregnant females. Kittens are usually born in spring, although females in the southern part of the range may have a second litter later in the year. Mountain sheep, also known as the bighorn. Its horns measure up to 4 feet. This heavy-bodied sheep has a remarkable capacity for climbing and jumping thanks to the structure of its hooves. The halves of each hoof separate so that the feet cling firmly to rocky terrain. The soles are soft and cushion-like, allowing the bighorn to keep its balance as it moves across uneven or slippery ground. Mountain sheep are gregarious animals. Groups of old rams roam together in summer. They separate to join bands of ewes and young in fall. They all move to lower valleys for the winter. Though in winter they may rely on willows and other woody plants, they are primarily grass-eating creatures. Mountain goat. The sure-footed animal grazes well above the timberline, preferring steep mountainsides and cliffs to sheltered valleys. It generally moves quite slowly, but when danger threatens, it rapidly scales cliff faces, reaching nooks and crannies that are inaccessible to predators. Avalanches are a chief cause of death, though mountain lions, wolves, foxes, and eagles sometimes take young goats or kids. Born in April or May, the kids are able to stand up only a few minutes after birth and can follow their mother over difficult terrain within several days. Pronghorn. North America's swiftest mammal, sometimes called an antelope, can reach speeds of more than 40 miles an hour, covering 20 feet in one leap, and outdistance nearly all predators. Adapted to the temperature extremes of the open plains, it maintains a constant body temperature by adjusting its loose, hollow-haired fur. When the hairs lie flat, cold is kept out. When hairs are erect, air circulates near the skin and allows body heat to escape. In dangerous situations, and also during courtship, it signals to other pronghorns by raising the white hairs on its rump. Pronghorns are the only animals that shed the outer part of their horns once a year. White-tailed deer. The cutting of forests and clearing of land for farming have favored these graceful deer, now the most abundant hoofed mammals in North America. Early morning and dusk are the best times to see them. At other times of day, they usually rest and digest their food. Except in winter, they are not gregarious and seldom appear in groups of more than 3 animals, a doe and 2 fawns. Females normally have no antlers. Males begin growing them several months after birth, shed them each winter, and develop them anew each spring and summer. The age of a deer cannot be told by the size of the antlers or the number of points, tines, for antler development is determined by nutrition, not age. Mule deer. Unlike the white-tailed deer, the mule deer, named for its large mule-like ears, avoids areas of human activity. On summer evenings, single individuals or groups of mule deer can be seen near forest edges and western parks. In winter, large, loosely structured herds assemble on brushy slopes in the foothills, where browse, the twigs and buds of woody plants, is available. The animals move to higher elevations in spring. Like other deer, this species runs in autumn, when males contest for and associate briefly with the females. Spotted fawns, usually twins, are born in spring and weaned at about 6 weeks of age. Young females may stay with their mother for 2 years, but males leave in their first year. Wapiti. Wapiti is an Indian word for white, a reference to the light rump color of this gregarious deer. The wapiti are less common today than in the past. They formerly roamed even the eastern states. Herds are widely distributed in mountain forests and adjacent valleys of the west. In summer, wapiti cows and calves graze together in groups. Bulls form separate herds. In autumn, the bull's loud, resonant bugling announces the rut, or mating season, when they fight, sometimes to the death, for possession of a harem. Males and females forage together in winter, then separate for the birth of the young. The calves have spotted fur, unlike moose and caribou calves. Moose. Moose are the largest members of the deer family. Males in autumn may weigh more than 1,000 pounds. Standing or swimming in lakes and ponds, they feed on many kinds of aquatic plants. Moose are not social animals. They are solitary or associated in small groups, most of the year. In the fall, the males become restless and aggressive, engaging in antler-to-antler combat and searching for a series of mates. Calves, often twins, are born in spring. Weak at birth, these gangling, unspotted creatures remain hidden and inactive for several days. Wolves and bears prey on the calves, as they also do on the aged and weak, but few predators can successfully challenge a healthy adult. Moose swim well and run easily through the snow, and they possess formidable weapons in their legs and hooves. Males shed their antlers in winter and begin to grow them again in spring.